Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you guys to give you a tutorial on this matte eyeshadow look that I've created for you today. So I had a hard time with this, you guys, because I am so used to reaching for a shimmery shade to place on my lid, so I almost had to smack my own hand because as I was going through and creating this look, I continuously reached for a shimmer shade on the lid, but I made it through and I think it turned out beautifully. I'm using my Sephora Pro palette today for this look. This has been one of those palettes that's been kind of controversial. I've checked the reviews on this palette and there's been some good things said about it, and there's also been some not so good things said about it, but at this particular point I've tried it. I'm going to try it several times. I'm going to continue to use it to bring you more of the warm tone eyeshadow type looks, and I'm going to come back and do a review on it. But if you are interested in seeing how I came up with this matte eyeshadow look today using the Sephora Pro Warm Palette, then keep watching. So I'm going to be using my BECCA Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed highlighter. This is in the color Champagne Pop. So I will be placing this on my brow bone. And I'm going to roll right into my transition color, and I'm using the color called Adore out of the Sephora Pro Warm Palette. And now I'm using the color Cocoa on the outer V and sweeping it into the crease, or sweeping it right across that crease. So just blending it in really well. And now I'm using the color Burnt Umber to place that on my lid. So I'm not taking this all the way across to the inner corner of my lid, but just placing it about maybe halfway across and packing that into place. And I'm going back in with Cocoa just to blend everything out. And then I'm going to be placing this color Biscotti on the inner corner of my eyelid. And now that I've got my lighter color on the lid in place, I'm going back in with Burnt Umber, and I'm just blending the Biscotti and the Burnt Umber in really well, and then going back into the Cocoa just to blend everything all together. So I've added liner and lashes, and I added a little bit of a wing liner with this look. So we're going to continue on with our color correcting. And this is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the color SX14. So I'll be using this to correct some of my hyperpigmentation areas and using a beauty blender to blend it all in. And moving on to foundation, this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. This is in the color Amber Honey, and I'm applying this with my beauty blender as well. And now I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer. This is in the colors Deep Neutral and Medium Warm. And now I'm setting my under eye area and all the other areas where I have used the concealer with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder and my Laura Mercier translucent powder in the color Deep. And now I'm using the Tarte Clay Stick Foundation. This is in the color Rich Honey, and I'm using this as my cream contour. And I will be following up with setting this contour with a powder from Fashion Fair, and that's going to be in the color Kola. Looks good. Now we're moving on to blush. And I'm adding some of the Peaches and Cream highlight powder from my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. I'm using that same powder to carve out those cheekbones. And using my champagne pop to highlight my cheeks, the highest point of the cheeks. Yeah, I added a little bit too much, but we're going to fix that. So I'm using a smaller fluffy brush just to try to blend out some of that highlight boo-boo that I made, and also going back in with just a little bit more blush to kind of smooth it out. Worked out. Now I am going back into the color Cocoa, and I'm going to be smoking out my waterline, and I'm also going to be using the color Brass for the inner corner of the waterline. Touching up my brows a bit. It's time for lips. I'm using a matte lipstick from Lena Lashes, and it's in the color Saint. And I'm done with the lips. Just kidding. I did go about this a little differently this time. Normally I would line my lips first, but I'm using the lip stick or the liquid lipstick first, and now I'm going back and filling in with my MAC lip liner in the color Chestnut, and I'm just filling in the outer edges because I kind of want to give my lips that pouty look. Now I'm adding some of the Gloss Bomb from Fenty Beauty on top of the liquid lipstick. And I'm fanning to dry down my setting spray. And now the finished look. I hope you guys like this look. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.